Kevin Pesur, next up, off the line, a man who absolutely blew everyone away in 2023. Big year ahead for Kevin Pesur. Can he start it the way he wants to continue? Very fast on initiation, and Pesur goes a bit too wide. He's going to struggle with that inside zone, again making a very similar mistake. And now he's gone almost dead straight through that section. It doesn't work unless you get it right. And Pesur is going to bleed a lot of points there, Ian. You know, big error for someone like him, trying a little too hard.
Yeah, I think he went in there with a little bit too much speed on that initiation and collects up that last outside zone, lovely, but I think he went into the initiation a little bit too hot. And for me, Pesur, new build, you know, he said this car is faster than the old car that he had. He said they redefined everything, they changed a lot of stuff.
It is the man that we thought would be top three this year in the championship, climbing the order last year, Kevin Pesur. However, he's outside the top 32 now, and a big flick early from Kevin Pesur. Maybe too early. Will he get away with it? No, he will get away with it. Oh, just pushing a little wide there as Kevin Pesur. Looks like he's struggling with this track. No major angle there as he comes towards that inner zone. Got to tidy it up. This is better. Getting to the edge of the course. Nice little snappy transition towards the end. And Kevin Pesur, look at this, taking it all the way down to the outside zone. And boom, across the line. So from my perspective, solid end to the run.
Yeah.
Little bit lacking on the first real moments.
Yeah, for me,
this one's going to be very, very interesting to watch.
It certainly is, Dave. Off the line they come. Kevin Pesur in that brand new build leads in Diogo Correa. Big flick across the circuit for Kevin Pesur. But look at this from Correa, dives straight into it, looks for the back bumper of that BMW as they both come through. And oh, Correa's lost in the smoke. Correa goes wide. Gets lost in the smoke as Kevin Pesur now works his way down the circuit through these zones as he transitions around. You can see Correa trying to regain some lost ground, and Kevin Pesur gets into that final outside zone, slams the throttle down and works his way across the line.
Another thing we didn't mention, it works, and it keeps the show on the road. We love him for it. So here we go. They're off the line. It is Kevin Pesur in the chase position, Diogo Correa in the lead position. Diogo now going for that big flick initiation. Kevin Pesur takes a big risk, going very wide, and Kevin Pesur has a big issue now. Diogo Correa can start to pull a gap, and Kevin Pesur has got to start worrying about is he in the race at all here as it starts to swing back the other way. Kevin Pesur is in trouble here. Diogo missing some of those outer zones, and he's going as fast as he can through that course. Kevin Pesur catching up at the very end, getting back into the fight, but it's not pretty, and it's giving the judges something to talk about. This is going to be wild, this is going to be fast, and this is going to be for a spot in the top 8. Here we go.
Yeah, look at this big flick across the circuit for Kevin Pesur, and Oliver Randall keeps it calm. Look, makes a little dive on the inside there, trying to put the front end of that BMW up onto the door. He knows he needs to be in the pocket. He can't get lost in the smoke, and he isn't lost in the smoke. Very nice lead line so far from Kevin Pesur as they look down for the outside zone. You can see Randall taking the option not to go to it. Wants to keep the circuit as short as possible to try and keep that proximity, and he can't keep that proximity. He now makes a dive on the door, but he's gone wide before the line. Kevin Pesur looking rock steady. Oliver Randall to lead out Kevin Pesur. Both Estonians wanting to do this for Estonia. They come off the line through the gears, flick it across the circuit. Very nice. They both initiate at the same time now as Oliver Randall looks for that inside zone. Very slow though. You see that front wheel almost comes to a stop. Now starts to ignite the power, starts to apply the pressure as Kevin Pesur has to wait to get back into it. As Kevin Pesur goes for a dive on that inside zone now, works his way into the crease as Oliver Randall leads him into the outside zone, and look at Kevin Pesur door to door across the line.
Well, that's the aggression. I mean, Pesur trying to win this one. But Jakob Kroll maybe be a little more relaxed. It might help him get his rhythm in this. Let's see what happens.
Well, there we go. Two brand new builds off the line. Through they go, through that initiation and into it now. Jakob Kroll now looks for the side. Kevin Pesur's brand new BMW. Pesur seems like he's turned up the heat a little bit here. Seems like he's added some sauce to this car as he fires down, looks for this long outside zone, and he gets it. A beautiful lead line so far. Oh, and Jakob Kroll completely mistimes that transition. Puts the car on the inside edge of the circuit. Now he's playing catch up as Kevin Pesur puts that car right where it needs to be.
You can't do that.
No.
So whether they're scroll through my screen, we'll give them to the drivers. That's what we'll do. Here we go. Jakob Kroll in the lead position. Kevin Pesur now in the chase position. Oh, an early initiation from Pesur. A big angle from Kroll. Kroll has to wobble a little bit as Pesur now. Oh, Kroll is way out. He's four wheels off the track.
Oh, it's going to be an overtake.
It's going to be an overtake, which we haven't seen on this track, and I never thought we would see on this track. I think, did Kroll get a cone under the car on the initiation of Sunset?
So look.
Have a look at Jakob Kroll's car. What happens here on initiation? He comes in very late. Does he hit something? No, doesn't look like he hit something there. He's on and off.
Yeah, look, he's got no power.
Yeah, he's got no power. He hits these cones. Yeah, that goes under the car. So that actually was just, something's wrong. Something, it looks like he just didn't have the go that he thought he'd have. Yeah, he's on and off. Look, he's kicking the car and it's just not doing anything.
It's not going anywhere.
Now, I really thought there was going to be a collision here because he kept going, whoa, being played behind the scene. Mentality even changed here. So let's see what happens. Kevin Pesur in the lead position, and it is going to be Adam Zalewski in the chase. Oh, Zalewski gets pushed very wide.
He does get pushed very wide, but Kevin Pesur can use all the track up to that wide line. He fires it in, and now Zalewski looks for the door, looks for the rear wheel. The bumper is almost touching the bumper. He's almost pushing Kevin Pesur around that first corner as they come down the hill now into the outside zone. Kevin Pesur not putting a foot wrong so far as he fires into that final outside zone. There's no shaking. The young Polish driver, though, as he goes for a big hit on that final outside zone. Ooh. Who is going to take it through to the final, Dave? We're about to find out. Through the gears, they come down into it. Zalewski using all of the track. Kevin Pesur, big dive across the circuit. He goes wheel to wheel, almost contact as they get into it now. Kevin Pesur giving Zalewski some room to think about what he's got to do now. They both absolutely stand on the throttle, drive down the circuit, and Zalewski fires that car through. But Kevin Pesur, there's not an inch between them as Kevin Pesur wants to make this one done and dusted as he glues that BMW to the side of that GT86 closer than Zalewski was.
Oh my God, it's hiding to lead in Pesur. This is for all the marbles. Here we go.
Through the gears they come. Look at this. Whoa! Kevin Pesur goes for it. Almost takes the back end of Laurie Heinen's car as they fire into that first outside zone. Look at Kevin Pesur giving Laurie Heinen a little nudge. He pushes him, encourages him down the circuit. Now Heinen aggressive, wound up as he fires that car through. Kevin Pesur takes cones down on the inner zone as he squeezes the throttle and drives away from Kevin Pesur.
Absolutely sensational. Bringing the heat away is Laurie Heinen. And in the next 40 seconds, it's all on Laurie Heinen to make that decision.
Well, there they go through the gears. Kevin Pesur goes for a big initiation. Laurie Heinen waits, straight line approach to this one. As Heinen looks for the inside, he looks for the door. He's on a shallow angle. As Kevin Pesur now starts to fill the arena with smoke, he's driving away from Laurie Heinen. As Heinen now sacrifices some line, gets himself in the mix, backs that car in wheel to wheel, tucks the nose up on the inside, now goes even closer than Kevin Pesur on that final outside zone. It's wheel to wheel across the line.
That is what it's all about. You're in first position right now, Kevin, but Laurie Heinen has just put a 93.5. The winner from Spain, Kevin Pesur, last year's Rookie of the Year, and he's going for a big one here. Massive entry coming from Kevin Pesur as he fires through on big angle, and it's perfect so far. Pesur looks dialed.
Yeah, he is dialed, Dave. He goes right to the edge of the circuit. Look at this. Oh, wheels to the line. He's not messing around. This is the nicest entry into the outside zone in this weather we've seen so far. Now as Kevin Pesur picks up the throttle, he had problems earlier. He wasn't looking as dialed. He wasn't looking as comfortable, but right now he looks like he's at home as he fires the back end of that BMW to the wall, one wheel over as he rubs the back end on the second wall. Anti-lag popping and banging as he crosses the line.
Oh, this championship Rookie of the Year, your current championship point leader, but will he be that in the next 50 seconds? Because he needs to get into that top four to stay in the mix.
Yes, 14th position at the moment. He needs a big run. He's going for a big run. Look at that left foot brake lock as he comes down the hill, over the brow of the hill. The championship leader right now wants it. He's hungry for it, but he knows this is tricky. Oh, and look at the smoke, straight away dry. But now it's going to go wet. Look at the car get loose as it hangs across the circuit. He's going to fire up onto the wall. Big angle, big speed. He balances it, but now it picks up dry again. Tags the wall across the line. This is insane. This is Drift Masters.
I don't know how they're doing this. I don't know how they're, I mean, whether it's wet or dry, one or the other.
But silently move through the grid and take people down left, right, centre. Look at him creeping through the gears as he goes pace for pace. Matches Pesur, looks for the back bumper. Nice initiation. Kevin Pesur looks like he's back on form, back flying, but he goes way wide. Two wheels over the circuit, disposes of the back bumper now. He's wheels off on outside zone 4, and that opens the door for Korpolinski as he goes for it. Almost makes contact with the bumper that's flying around. Pesur now angry, firing that car to the wall. Firing that car across the line.
Oh, that's a big move for the championship. The winner of round one on the ropes in the top 32 at round two. That's the reality here. Korpolinski's got to keep it together now.
Yeah, he needs to keep it together. He needs to keep a cool head, but we know he's got a cool head on his shoulders. They come through the gears and he waits for that initiation. And Kevin Pesur is going to go for it. Look at this. Kevin Pesur even squeezes up on the inside. He knows he needs to do some damage. If he's incomplete, he needs to push 110%. And Korpolinski's giving him the perfect lead line to chase as Kevin Pesur gives him the room to manoeuvre. Now, big dive on the inside. Kevin Pesur, we've been robbed of what we could have seen this weekend.
I'm not going to exaggerate here and think that might be one of the best.
Yeah, but Mondello Park had failed out of competition a little early. He was looking for a little bit more champagne. Could this be the weekend? He's going very wild, Dave. And we know what the track conditions are like. And this one looking sketchy already as he tags a handbrake. Oh, he's on the foot brake. He's making it work, though. Can he get himself around. He's on the foot brake, he's on the handbrake, he's banging the clutch. There's now smoke on the track. I don't even know what's going on. He can't even keep a hold of it.
That's very straight from Kevin Pesur, but he's put a score on the board. Now it's wild across the track. Pesur holding on, using every bit of his experience. And again, he's only in the sport a couple of years, and that's a great run to get through all.
And you can't come in super slow because you know that the guy behind you will be absolutely pinned to the door. Then here we go. They're through, and they are going to go slow. And Kevin Pesur is going to go for a really early initiation. He holds onto it now. Can he play the game? Can he get that car around? Oh, look at He's almost straight there, and he is straight, and he struggles to get that car drifting. He cannot get any angle. Pesur takes it to the wall, and now we start to see how slow that circuit is as they come back up the hill. Goes to the wall, tags the back bumper, the rear end pushed back into place for Kevin Pesur. They come down the hill and over the bump, and Korpolinski just can't get that car anywhere near where it needs to be. He can barely carry any angle as Pesur manages to get up the hill, onto the wall, and across the line.
Oh, it's like watching it in slow motion. It's possible to not hit that first wall. Whatever way the conditions are and the track change there, they just seem to smash into it regardless of experience, horsepower, or where we are in the competition. Look at that, Korpolinski taking a very, very tentative approach into that first corner as Korpolinski now hits the wall. Pesur hits the wall. They both hit the wall. Both lose the boot lid off the car as they come through that last section. They can see Korpolinski now actually has a little bit more pace in the car, it seems, than Kevin Pesur. Korpolinski on a very shallow angle, though, as they come through there. Now, they come down the hill. Korpolinski doing a safe job here, and a good job from Korpolinski in the lead position as they transition back to that last wall. Look at Pesur trying to find some proximity wherever he can, and it's very sketchy. He almost pushes Korpolinski into the wall, and that is a tough, tough task for our judges to even decipher what to do here.
I think he's ready for this. This home track, I think this settles so many drivers, but he's got a very on-form Kevin Pesur behind him, ready to do the business, ready to stay in a championship fight. They absolutely hammer down through the gears, and Pesur goes for it, a bigger initiation. He's on the inside, though, as Pointalaxco takes a strange line through outside zone 2, and that messes up Kevin Pesur. Now they hit the wet part of the circuit. Now he's dry again, and Kevin Pesur is struggling to hang with the grip, but Juha Pointalaxco way off that qualifying line. This almost dry. Wow, the dive from Pesur was insane, but he couldn't hold on to it. Falls on the inside, disposes of the bumper. Never raced or rallied, Dave. Never raced or rallied.
Here we go, second half of the run. Kevin Pesur in the lead, Juha in the chase. Pointalaxco now has to be careful on this initiation. He goes in hot, he goes in close, and they are close to that first car. But Pesur's on a terrible line, and it looked to me like, Pointalaxco's shut down. So what happened there? Is there a problem with Pointalaxco's car that was caused independently, or was it from the collision with Pesur? And if it was the collision with Pesur, then I think that was Pesur's fault because he was on the wrong line. Anyway, doesn't matter. There's an incomplete on the first run from Pesur. Does that also put it as an incomplete from Pointalaxco, which would make it a one more time? I have no idea anymore.
I'm getting some chat in my ear, Dave, and I'm telling you now,
this is going to be an interesting one as they come off the line. You have Pointalaxco in the lead. Finish hopes are with him right now as he fires in very, very wide, and Pointalaxco goes in the wall but makes it count, and Pesur has to make evasive action to stay out of it. This one is throwing body panels everywhere as Pesur makes a big dive through the center of the structure. Now Pesur's coming for it. This one is personal now as Pesur dives through. Pointalaxco flirting with the edge of the track as Pesur takes a huge dive onto the door. That is what we came here to see. Look at this, the run in from Juha. He takes every advantage he can off the start line. Pesur's car is in bits. Pointalaxco's coming for it here as Juha fires in on the door. Pesur goes wide, and he has to make evasive maneuvers there, Juha, as he takes the chase position now. Pesur is on a flyer, but he's a big angle. Even Juha has some opportunity here to get back into it. Out to the wall they go as Pesur now in the lead position, pulling some gap here. Pointalaxco's going to make a big dive into that last corner, and he doesn't get there, does he? He does get there. Onto the door he goes. The finish for the championship. This would be a big statement for Kevin Pesur, but the machine, it takes a lot to put him off the rails.
It does, but can Kevin Pesur be the man to derail the train right now? And he doesn't have that proximity on initiation. He needs to lean on Dean a little bit here as Dean goes absolutely ripping through in that inner zone. And, contact! Kevin Pesur takes a huge bite.
He's DB to Dean. He's broken an arm on Dean's car, which I think if Kevin Pesur is deemed at fault for this, the decision is going to be made here and now. We can't even get past the first corner. Top four, this is insane. He is last year's Rookie of the Year. He won round 1 of Drift Masters in Spain. The man can do no wrong right now, but he wants to be King of Riga. He wants that trophy in the cabinet. Let's see if he starts strong here.
Yeah, well, he's certainly going to go for that initiation. Does use the handbrake. It does slow the car down. He goes for an early one into that second outside zone. He gets there, though, and now starts to to collect the darts. So he's shallow on that curve, and that doesn't help his line now into this outside zone. Can he now start to redeem himself a little bit? He can, but he has to dial a big angle, and it slows the car down. Picks up the pace once again, though, as Kevin Pesur finishes up the run across the line.
Last year's Rookie of the Year. Can Kevin Pesur get himself? You know what? Not the most characteristic first run. Needs to improve a little bit, I think. 84, he's safe in the show, but I think there's more in the tank for Pesur as he fires that car into the first car. But again, a little bit left for braking, pull him out of that zone.
Goes out of the outside zone, and that's going to upset the line, and it does. You can see him shallow on that inside zone, shallow on the outside zone. Now he needs to kind of pull this one together, and it's not clean again from Kevin Pesur. And, you know, that form he had at round 1 in Spain hasn't shone through for the rest of the season. Can he do it tomorrow in battles? We know he's safe in competition. Kevin Pesur, though, Dave, is just looking a little bit on the ropes now.
Well, here's the thing. Right now, we got Vian second, first position with a 97.5. Heinen in second. In 19th position. Reichardt out qualifying him. And Reichardt in Riga is capable of doing anything. He's got a couple of top 8s in his bag before here. So this is going to be a tough competition as they go to the first corner, firing in. Reichardt to the edge of the circuit. Nice initiation. He drops rapidly out of that outside zone. Kevin Pesur having to deal with that as he transitions through the spot. Pesur on a safe line on the inside there. Not sure what Reichardt's going to do. Takes a dive as they come through the transition. Reichardt dialing off angles. A scrappy from Reichardt in the lead position. A big angle. Will he hold it just about, but he's outside the zone. And Pesur having to make evasive action here to stay in the fight. Not the cleanest of lead runs from the Czech driver.
Well dealt with by Kevin Pesur there. Kevin Pesur did a very good job of dealing. That was a scrappy lead line from Mikael Reichardt right from the
his 19th place wasn't perfect. He's got to dial up a level now.
Yeah, he's got to turn it up. He's got to find it. He's got to go there. He's got to go somewhere where he's uncomfortable to get himself into that zone. He fails to initiate. Now he flicks it. Handbrakes once again in outside zone 1. The judges won't like that. Mikael Reichardt deals with it though as he goes wide for outside zone 2. Now Reichardt starts to find the back bumper, starts to find the door of Kevin Pesur. Reichardt goes for a big impact.
Oh, I was just about to say, Pesur misses outer zone 4 badly, transitions, and then Reichardt comes through too fast. The judge is going to have a good look at this one. This, I don't think, is going to be as clear-cut as you think.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You took a moment.
I took a moment. I was like, wait.
And you know what, Dave? I'll let you take as many moments as you want, because I think by the end of today, our brains will be dead.
Yeah.
You take them out and put them in the bin.
We have to watch. Look, Pesur's first corner is not great in the lead. His second corner is not great.
Off the line through the gears, Dean to lead in Pesur for a spot in the Great 8 away. It's beautiful initiation from James Dean. Kevin Pesur matches the angle and the pace. Goes early, takes the back end of a Dean's car. Up on the curve goes Pesur as they go wide for outside zone 3. Oh my God! Pesur is on a man possessed. He's disposed of the bumper. Tags Dean. They stay in it. Oh, and they have to bail out.
I was just about to say, there is no way Kevin Pesur can pull this off the whole run. That was the kitchen sink, the cabinets, the tumble dryer. He threw everything at him.
That was a slog fest between them two.
He ballooned into James Dean 3 or 4 times there. 4 in the top 3, so he's dropping out the order. Needs a strong performance here. If the Estonian can get himself back into that top 3 championships, got to make the move straight away.
Yeah, he certainly has. Flicks that car in now, falls away, makes it work. Look at the line, nice line into outside zone 2. Keeps it very shallow though on the transition now. Starts to work his way up into the wall. And Pesur looking cool and calm. It looks very collected and it looks very smooth and controlled for Pesur as he puts the rear wheels into the outside zone across the line.
You know what? To get you into top 32, which I think we are now settling where we are. And then Kevin Pesur now wants to go up into the 90s as well. He's got a big light bar on. Can he get a big score?
Well, he's going to go for it. Look at this, nice and wide for Kevin Pesur. Feeling a little bit more comfortable on his second run, but he's shallow, drops out of outside zone 2. Oh, and the transition, he's gripped the car up. It didn't want to work. It didn't want to move the way he wanted it to. And this is a little scrappy from Kevin Pesur. Dials on big angle, almost puts the back end into the wall now as Kevin Pesur looks for that final outside zone and makes a hash of it.
He looks like a lighthouse going around there, doesn't he? Machinery and the bravery to do it, but it'll be knife edge and it probably slightly out of control. Dean slots it into gear. He's in the lead position. Here comes Pesur.
Yeah, and here we go through the gears. Look at this. Pesur already on the back bumper, but James Dean starts to drive away. Pesur lost in the smoke a little bit there. James Dean not as high up on the wall as he'd like to have been, and now Pesur starts to gain back some lost ground, starts to look for the door. The S15 creeps up onto the inside, goes for that transition. Can he plant it onto the door across the line? He can't. He's on the middle of the circuit.
Oh, he's messed mixed it up. Pesur went too early on the transition, I think. Dean is going to turn it up. There is good proximity from Pesur. Dean cannot relax here. He's got to go for it.
Yeah, he can't let Pesur drive away from this one, and Pesur already is starting to drive away from this one, as Pesur looks like maybe he has got all the grip. Nice line so far, though, on outside zone 2, as Dean now starts to get himself back into the mix. Into the wall they go, and that was dangerous from Kevin Pesur, but he makes it work. They come through into the outside zone, and Dean planted. Oh, but Dean shuts it down. Dean shuts it down, and Kevin Pesur drives away with it.
I do not believe what I'm seeing on my screen right now. I'm down ready. James, get to the edge of your seat. That's all you're going to need. Here we go. Kevin Pesur, off the line we go.
Yeah, through the gears, the Norwegian sledgehammer fires in, and that 180 SX gets on the throttle nice and early now, starts to pull away, starts to drive away from the Estonian as he flicks it across the circuit, but Kevin Pesur goes for an early transition, tries to get himself into place, and he does now, finds the door, gives it a tag, gives it a knock once again as they transition through the smoke. Pesur goes early, but as he put himself in the wrong place on circuit, no, he gets there.
Whew. Moments of brilliance from both drivers, and then some mistakes. Really need this now for their own mental sake. So let's see what happens.
See what happens as they fire through. Kavier's giving Pesur a little bit of room here. He's opened the door and he's let him take a few steps in. Now as Pesur fires through, now Kavir starts to turn the heat up a little bit in Hungary as he fires down, almost gets caught up on the wall there, does Kavir, but now he gets deep into it. Now he looks for the side of Kevin Pesur's BMW, and Pesur's not as deep in that zone. Kavir is planted on his door.
Oh, I mean, yes, we talk about lead runs, but
podium since. Can he do it again? Can he get one more before the end of the season? Well, here he goes off the line in this BMW 2 Series, a brand new build for 2024. And Kevin Pesur absolutely came out of the blocks flying as he now starts to work his way through these two inner zones. And look at the way he made that car transition through that inner zone. It was textbook from Kevin Pesur. Gets to this outside zone nice and early, absolutely hammering the rev limiter, and you can see he keeps the back end out of danger, throws a little bit more angle at it, trying to look for this touch and go, this outside zone right to the edge of the circuit. Now fires back across, lovely line into this second to last outside zone, carries the angle, doesn't slow the car too much. He's on the foot brake. Judges will be scoring him down for that, but nevertheless, it's absolutely beautiful from Kevin Pesur.
It's a good run, really good run from Kevin Pesur. I mean, there was some moments where I think he just stalled a little again on speed to a showdown. Pesur's coming for it here.
Yeah, well, he needs a 92 or more to try and leapfrog Marco Zaccaril. Can he do it? Well, he's going to go for it, that's for sure. Look at this back end, nicely tucked up onto the wall, looking very clean. On the rev limiter go Kevin Pesur now as he comes through the middle of the circuit. Nice line through that inner zone as he now sets himself up perfectly for this long outside zone. Needs to be close to the wall without making any contact, and he's there. He's right there. On the wall is Kevin Pesur, and it's absolutely stunning from Kevin Pesur. The Estonian driver now flicks it across the track and sets himself up lovely. Look at the line, look at the angle from Kevin Pesur. This one's going to be an absolute banger, and I can see scores going in already because this is unbelievable from Kevin Pesur.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow,
wow, wow.
Kevin Pesur just came out and said, yeah,
hold my beer.
Just smash the doors off everybody in every chase run, so be prepared for that. Here we go. Dwayne McKeever fires in. Pesur with late initiation. Pesur a big angle. Oh, he spun it.
Yeah.
Too aggressive.
Came in way too hot.
Too aggressive from Kevin Pesur.
Before Dwayne McKeever.
Yeah.
There was no way he was going to hold on to that.
No, Dwayne McKeever just doing what he did in the last run, just staying smooth. I mean, oh, we get the flames in the sky now. Here we go. We're warming up to the main event now.
They're giving you a little taster of what's coming tomorrow.
Flames, bit of pyro. Watch this last corner. Things will happen probably tomorrow there as well. Not right now. But there'll be things.
No,
oh, look at little sparkles. Yeah.
Sparkles.
Just warming up, boys. Just getting some testing.
They're coming off the line with Pesur to lead out McKeever for a spot in the final of the qualifying showdown right here. And look at this, Kevin Pesur now flicks that car wildly across the circuit, left to right, fires in, no spin this time, and McKeever goes for the door. He gives him some room to manoeuvre as now Pesur sets himself up on that nice qualifying line. McKeever sees that opportunity and goes for it. They transition through that inner zone. McKeever goes for the flick back and jumps up onto the door of Kevin Pesur's BMW, and now he's glued to him. They're absolutely glued to him as Pesur gets into that pocket, into that outside zone. McKeever banging doors and rubbing wheels as they come through the centre of the circuit. McKeever waits for the transition, lets him get himself set up in that second to last outside zone. Now McKeever goes for the rear wheel, the rear core of that BMW F22 and across the line.
I'll tell you what, this is The keeper's looking strong so this weekend. Let's see what happens as they come off the line. Estonia versus Finland here in Poland. Pesur is going to lead them in.
So here's two good friends behind the scenes, but sworn enemies on the circuit. What can we get? They fire in. Nice line from Kevin Pesur as he puts a back bumper of that F22 BMW right into the pocket, right into the group. But look at Juha Poitolasco right with him. Every transition, every move. Poitolasco follows him round as the Estonian leads him into this long outside zone. The Finnish driver now jumps up onto the front wheel. A little wobble and waver from both guys as Kevin Pesur now looks for the outside zone. That little touch and go, gets into it, now creates that nice arc across the circuit. And Juha Poitolasco deals with it, now starts to apply more pressure as they get into the second to last outside zone. The final one coming up. Oh, and they're wheel to wheel across the line.
I gotta say, that's the best chase run I've seen on this circuit this weekend.
Unbelievable.
I want you to have a look at the replay of the initiation from Juha Poitolasco. He's going to have to turn this up to 11 right now. He's going to have to risk something because his spotter's got to say, Poitolasco was perfection. You've got to be more than perfection.
Oh, and he's left the gap on initiation. This is not good for Kevin Pesur at the moment. He's having to shortcut that outside zone now as we see Poitolasco make his way through these inner zones. And Kevin Pesur now starts to claw back some lost ground. Oh, and a dangerous transition, bumper to bumper from Kevin Pesur as Poitolasco puts the back bumper in the wall in that long outside zone. And once again, Kevin Pesur on the inside, shallows up the angle, now looks for the side of that E92 BMW as they flick back to the second to last outside zone. Juha Poitolasco puts a back bumper and a tailgate up the wall, keeps it clean though, as now gets himself across the line.